Welcome back to another episode of Whip Media TV. I'm your host, Whip Media Mickey, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do to the channel. Subscribe right now. Join the Vibe Tribe. Let's get it. Okay, on today's episode, I cover The Great Gatsby, 6 Laws of Life. Number 1. Reserve all judgments. Right from the opening of the novel, Fitzgerald conveys an important piece of advice. The novel opens as Nick, the narrator, shares something his father had once told him. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, just remember that all the people in the world haven't had the advantages that you've had. In making this remark, Fitzgerald instills a consciousness in the reader's mind to be cautious before judging, as one can never judge objectively. And just by this opening, we are awakened, one may even say called out, on the unfair judgment of society, a problem that has been most undeniable been transpired in our times. Number 2, money can't buy happiness. Throughout The Great Gatsby, the stark contrast between appearances and reality is incessantly illustrated. Between Daisy, Tom, Jordan, and Gatsby, we are exposed to these characters that attain excessive wealth, yet none of them is truly happy. With the exception of Gatsby, these characters are restless creatures purposely roaming through life. These people appear to have everything. In reality, they have nothing. Wealth is a mask concealing the ugly truth. Tom's affairs, his violent tendencies, Daisy's unhappiness in her marriage, her indifference to her child, and Gatsby, the wealthiest of them, the unhappiest of them all. Behind the lavish parties, the opulent lifestyle, the palatial mansion hides an empty soul, having given everything for something he may never have. And ultimately, Gatsby's money could buy Daisy's love or society's acceptance. Despite the extravagant parties and thousands of guests, 2 people attended his funeral, and those 2 people were the ones he did not try to buy. Number 3, not everything is what it appears to be. The fine line between reality and illusion. Accordingly, Fitzgerald used his character of the novel as a literary device, serving the illustration of the contrast of appearances and reality. Who thought such unhappiness could hide behind such wealth? The novel serves as an indication of the subjectivity of truth, of reality. Nothing is really what it seems, as perfect as it may appear to be. Number 4, find purpose in your life. The perpetual restlessness of human beings is a major aspect of human nature explored in The Great Gatsby. Between Daisy, Tom, and Jordan, these characters do not know what the word want means. Money is possession, and with that life is lived aimlessly. And in the words of Nick, the man who gives his name to this book, namely Gatsby, stands out from the rest. He does indeed have a purpose, to attain Daisy's love, and up to his last breath, every move, every action, all serve that very purpose. You see, some may disagree what his purpose is, but his intentions were pure, and his diligence irrefutable, and that is why Gatsby is admirable. His sense of purpose, his aim in life, his extraordinary gift for hope. This is the story of The Great Gatsby, a story of hope, a story of purpose, and in focusing his novel on a character so fixated on his purpose, Fitzgerald in turn nudges the reader to acquire a sense of purpose similar to Gatsby's. Number 5, live in the moment. From symbolism upon metaphor upon figurative devices, Fitzgerald paints it with no doubt that Gatsby is stuck in time. Both Gatsby's downfall and demise stem from the distinctive attribute of his constant throughout the novel, his inability to accept the passage of time. No matter the obstacles that tried to hold up his plan, Gatsby in his head untangled them to abide by his dream. He disregards that Daisy now has a child. He wants to erase her years from time. In this journey of attaining his American dream, Gatsby fights against his natural force, the passage of time. And as much as he fights for Daisy, he can never have her, because he does not want Daisy that exists in front of him. He is fixated on the Daisy from years ago, who now only subsides in his own consciousness. Number 6. Hope is noble, yet futile to trait. Throughout the novel, the fine line between nobility and futility of hope is excessively explored. If personality is an unbroken series of successful gestures, then there was something bright about him. Some heightened sensitivity to the promises of life. Gatsby had an extraordinary gift for hope, a romantic readiness hard to find. On the one hand, one cannot overlook the lying, scheming, the criminal activity, the lengths to which Gatsby goes in the name of hope. And all for nothing. In spite of all his attempts, he kept extraordinary hope. In the end, Gatsby died alone, and the person he prized the most was essentially at fault for his death. Yet on the other hand, as perfectly stated by Nick, Gatsby turned out alright in the end, because Gatsby died nobly, fighting for his although questionable passion. And even to his dying breath, he upheld his hope, his extraordinary gift. The Great Gatsby, 6 Laws of Life.